God bless you, everybody. Thank you for tuning in again to the I Game, the Illegitimate Game. This is Brother Derek. Please, if you enjoy this content, like, subscribe, share. Please leave comments. Let me know what you're thinking, what you're feeling. Any other topics you might want to talk about, I appreciate it. You know, all the answers are in the Bible, and I'll do my best to use the Word of God and personal experience to share more truth. But today we're going to talk about a topic I see on many other podcasts, and I see it online everywhere, and there's a lot of songs made about it. But it's this whole concept of the side chick. But I don't want to talk about the side chick, you know, like it's something salacious or hot or just cool, funny, you know, all the ratchet jokes we know about it. I want to talk about how she comes into play and how it comes from the man's worldview. Because the side chick has a function and a purpose. So if you get to the root of it, maybe we can talk about it from a different angle that actually makes sense. A little more mature conversation. Because, you know, I've been married for 20 years, got 3 kids, so I know what stress looks like, and I know what joy looks like, and I know what relief looks like. I also know what reality and fantasy looks and feels like. Because sometimes men just want the fantasy because of the stress. You know, we lose strength because of too much stress. But also, we want that relief in the fantasy sometimes. And if the foundation of the marriage and the relationship is off and there's cracks in it, you know, it just leads to more drama, the crisis comes, people want different forms of escape. That's why some people venture into porn. They're doing it for the fantasy. They're not doing it for the pleasure. They just need a fantasy to take their mind off the pressure. But right now, we're just gonna talk about the birth of the side chick and men's mental health and some of the roots of it. Now, of course, I'm talking about it from, like I said, the mature standpoint. I'm not talking about when you're 19, 20 years old and everybody's just playing games and cheating. Like, there are no rules to that game. I'm talking about real married people with real responsibilities, own businesses, own houses, own cars. You got your kids in private school. You go to church every Sunday. I'm talking about the mature mentality, not that street game everybody's playing when you have a roster and everybody's sleeping with everybody and you don't know who your baby daddy, baby mama is. I'm not talking about that. Like, I can't even venture into that world because I've never been in that world. Like, that world doesn't even make sense to me. There's too much heartbreak, too many STDs, and too many crimes being committed because too many people are sleeping around with no boundaries and no rules. I really think that's a dumb game, honestly. You're risking your life for nothing. Then you end up in the clinic. So no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the mature game. Real married people who are looking for relief. So, this is what it looks like from a man's perspective. Number one, the man's the leader of the house. He has all the pressure, all the responsibilities. Goes to work every day, might work 1, 2 jobs, might have a side business, side hustle, or like I did, I went to college. So I work full time and I went to school full time. So when the man's carrying a lot of weight and a lot of responsibility, sometimes that weight and responsibility is very, very big. And we get tired, we get burned out, we get stressed out. But we want to be the superhero and the super father and the super husband, and we want to look like Superman. And we want to look good when we walk up in church on Sunday with our wives on our shoulders and our children behind us. So we want that respect, we want to maintain integrity, and we want to look like nothing's wrong. This is the problem. When that man doesn't view his wife as the safe place, or he doesn't trust her, or if she can't help him with his emotions and his feelings and his weakness, what is that man gonna do? He's gonna need to be able to go somewhere and relieve that stress. There's always another woman who doesn't want a committed relationship, but she wants a man in her life to entertain her. So she'll take your husband part-time and become his safe place. She'll become his counselor. She'll become Delilah to Samson. And she'll take that man part-time because that's all she wants anyway. She's not looking to get married. She's not looking to settle down. So that's where the side chick comes from, because the man can go over there, leave his stress, and be weak with this other woman, probably give her a few dollars to entertain her. And then when he comes home, he appears happy and content and full, because he is, because another woman took that weight. Another woman took that pressure. So when he comes home to his wife, his stress is already gone because he released that somewhere else. So then he comes home to his wife with some chocolate, some wine, some money to pay the bills, and she assumes he's happy. But that's really a weak man, that's really a broken man, and that's really a tired man. That's an unhealthy man. but somebody else is doing the counseling because his wife can't do it. Then one day she finds out, oh, he's cheating on me. And what does she do? She calls a lawyer, takes his money, takes the house, takes the kids, and she's gone. So now that man feels violated. Now, was he wrong for committing adultery? Yeah. But in his mind, that woman was providing a service his wife couldn't provide. So in his mind, he probably thinks he's not wrong because she didn't fulfill her duties. Now, talking about the wife's duties, that's a whole nother 80-minute video. I'm not gonna do that part. I'm just focusing on the birth of the side chick and what her function is. And I'm hoping there's a man or a woman out here who can watch this video and prevent this from happening. I don't want to do a debate. I don't have enough time for that. But that man has to go somewhere to relieve that stress. Now, of course, the perfect answer is God. You go to God, you pray, you cry to God, you worship God, and God fixes it. But God uses people to do his work. So if you have the wife, she needs to be that safe place. She needs to be that counselor. She needs to help that man relieve his stress and talk about what's going on in his mind and what's going on in his heart and how tired he is. Because I know what it's like to work 7 days a week, 70, 80 hours a week, and come home and be ignored. I know what that feels like. I've been married 20 years, I've seen all of these situations off and on. I have of course I had good times too, but in 20 years, it's a lot of experience. And I know a lot of other men who don't go straight home after work because they're not gonna get any love, respect, or appreciation or gratitude at home. Because they're providing everything, but the person in the house doesn't even care. But he goes somewhere else to get that love. So his home is basically a headquarters for business because there's no love and intimacy there. So some of you women might be wondering, where's your man at? Somebody else is doing your job. So find out what he needs based on your situation. And of course, every marriage is different. Every relationship is different. But find out what your man needs, because if you don't do it, he's gonna get it from somebody. That's where this whole sidekick culture comes from. I said sidekick, I meant side chick. But that's where it comes from. She's providing a service you're not. So he comes home happy, but he's not happy because of you. He's happy because he's relieved somewhere else. And this is home, where the wife is, where the mortgage is, where the children are, where the cars are, where the bills are, where the taxes are. This is where he's fully invested. But his therapy is another woman. And it makes you angry and insecure. You don't want him cheating on you. Well, learn how to provide that service. And if you need something, of course, ask him too. But that all goes down to love, trust, and communication. Or TLC, trust, love, and communication. I'll say it that way. It's easy to remember. Trust, love, communication, TLC, tender love and care. That's the birth of the side chick. You got to take that pressure somewhere. Now, what I've done in past years is I love the gym. And my gym's open 24/7. So when I'm stressed out, I just go to the gym and kill the weights and play basketball. Then I get in the car, listen to some worship music, go home, take a shower, go to sleep, wake up 3 o'clock the next morning and do it all over again. So I know what that stress looks like. I chose not to have a side chick because number one, I can't afford it. Number two, I didn't want to. And number three, I have a daughter at home. So I just feel like if I had another woman, that's 3. So now I'm cheating on my wife and my daughter. So I chose not to do it. But the options were there, and I could have. Side chicks are always available because they want a man part-time because they don't want the responsibility of being a wife. So I could have played around if I wanted to. But I just didn't want to cheat on my wife and my daughter. I couldn't afford 3 women. 2 is enough. But that's the birth of the side chick. From a man's point of view, it's a mental health thing. And I'm talking about the real responsible men, not the playboys, not the cheaters, not all that. I'm talking about responsible men who work, go to school, take care of their business, go to church every Sunday and do the right thing. Sometimes it's just a need that's not being fulfilled by the wife. And I'm sure the women have a story to tell about why they cheat. Well, I'm not a woman, I can't tell that story. But ladies, find out what your husband needs. Learn how to provide that need. And it begins with trust, love, and communication. Or you can call it transparency. Both words could fit. Be honest with each other. What do you need that I'm not giving you? The man needs to say that to the wife, and the wife needs to say that to the man. What do you need that I'm not providing? And let's learn to give each other what each other needs and do it in the name of the Lord. Peace.